Oral sex, anal sex, penis, vagina. There, we said them all. Done. Okay, ready? Good. As she said, I direct Reality Check, and my job is to go into high schools and junior highs and talk about all things sex. And I understand with this being the end, I'm the closer, so hopefully it will live up to expectations. But more importantly, I'm so excited that it comes 2 days before Valentine's Day. Because some of you are going to have to rethink your Valentine's plans after we have this chat, or at least make sure that person you're going to be with gets tested so that you don't get something you didn't want for Valentine's Day, like herpes or chlamydia or syphilis or just gross smelling things, okay? So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Next. Real quick, the Westside Pregnancy Clinic does offer free and confidential STD tests, which means we don't call your parents with the test results, we call you. Big sigh of relief, right? Because you don't have to come home when your parents go, why did someone call saying you have chlamydia? You just deal with it with us. We don't post on Facebook, these people from Bel Air got pregnant this week. Okay? So it's confidential, just you and us, and the fact that it's free means you really have no excuse not to come in. And hopefully after today, some of you will realize that you do need to come in, because as a former youth worker in this youth group, I'm not stupid, and I know some of you are sexually active. You're welcome. Okay, next. Great. Oh, that's not how I expected to go. All right, so normally I would ask you, how many people do you think every year get a new sexually transmitted infection? And then you get to say, 19 million. Great, you're paying attention. Well done. Okay, so 19 million. Does that seem like a big number, small number? Is that like Montana plus the cows and a little bit of Canada thrown in? Like, what's 19 million look like? Right? I mean, do you think that's big or small?
It's like 1 in 30 people in the U.S.
1 in 30 people in the U.S.? Any other guesses?
A little less.
I actually don't know how many people are in the United States, so
10 million, so
there we go. Okay, 19 million actually breaks down if you took the entire county of Los Angeles. Now, LA is fairly big, yes? Some of you are from the Valley. Some of you are from the West Side. Some of you are from South LA. Probably not, but we can pretend. Okay? Some of you are maybe downtown. So if you've got all of that, and you think about the population of all of that, and then you were to double it, that is how many people this year will get a new infection. Meaning they've either never had one before, or they're getting their 2nd through 10th. Not that they're making up new infections, okay? We're not that good yet. So 19, I mean, if you think about it, every year just in this country, a population twice the size of Los Angeles gets a new infection from being sexually active. And of that 19 million, half of them are between the ages of 15 to 24. How many of you are between 15 to 24 years old? Raise your hand. Great. How many of you are going to be in that age range in the next year or two? Because you're going to be 15 soon. Congratulations, you're about to join the most at-risk group. Get excited, right? The rest of you, what that means is that if you choose to be sexually active between now to your mid-20s, you have a higher chance of getting a sexually transmitted infection than anybody else in this country. Now, 15 to 24-year-olds only make up about a quarter of everyone that's actually having sex. So if you took the pie of like all the people having sex, that's a quarter, but you're getting half of the infections. So there's a higher rate of infection. Fun fact for you though, we are seeing STI rates go up in old folk homes. So after this, you might have to go call your grandma and be like, hey, here's how you don't get syphilis, grandma, okay? Yeah, I don't really want to think about it, but so it's you guys and it's your grandparents. Awesome. You can have a little chat together, okay? Right? Now, 19 million people. How many? They have about 27 that they get to pick from. Do you get to pick your STI? This would be a resounding no. Wake up. You don't get to choose from a list like, yes, today I would like syphilis. Thank you. Next week, however, I will have human papillomavirus. See which one I'll get. No, you don't get to pick. Right? Sexually transmitted infections are equal opportunity, which in this age of being politically correct is fantastic because they don't care how cute you are, they don't care how ugly you are, they don't care how often you shower or never shower, right? They don't care if you're rich or you're poor, they don't care if you have a really lot of potential and you're going to do things with your life. They don't care. They're like, that's great. Are you alive in a warm body? Fantastic. Let me get on that. Okay? So understand that there are certain behaviors that put you more at risk regardless of how much money your parents make or what high school you go to or what you're going to do with your life, okay? Risky behavior is going to lead to risky results. Now, on this spectrum, you've got anything from the annoying, which is like pubic lice and crabs, so the friends that you can take with you, okay? To the deadly, which one will kill you every time? AIDS, HIV, right? We have still not come up with a cure for that one. So if you get that, you are looking at a reduced life expectancy, right? If you get AIDS or HIV that turns into AIDS, can you look forward to being 80 years old and drawing from Social Security? No, it's fine. There won't be Social Security. But the point is, no, you'll make it to like 50. Maybe if you have like the income of Magic Johnson, right? Okay? So understand that there's a lot that you get to pick from. We're not going to cover all of them. A fun activity is to go with your parents and be like, let's look up pictures of STDs. And then you can do that together, okay? We're just going to hit one. Next. Before we do, though, I want to go through how you actually get these, okay? Sometimes people think a toilet seat will get you one. No, you might get other things, but you're not going to get a sexually transmitted infection from a toilet seat because these infections have to transfer onto another body. They can't really live outside of a body very long. Unless, of course, maybe you rubbed yourself all over that toilet seat, then I guess there's a chance. And that's gross. Don't ever do that. Ew. Who does that? Use toilet seat liners, okay? Just for health purposes. But on this list, you will see a range of different activities. So any of these make you slightly nervous or a little surprised? How do you feel about heavy kissing if blood is exchanged? Yeah, right? Like, who does that? I mean, I know Twilight is kind of the thing right now, but you should not be sucking blood to show your love, okay? That does not mean, like, we're really intense. No, you're really gross and weird, okay? If someone has a gaping wound in their mouth, don't go at it. Don't be like, I'm going to take my... No, just let that heal up, whether it's a cold sore, whether it's a unknown and unidentified bump, because you can have syphilis in your mouth, you can have chlamydia in your throat. Genital herpes can be transferred onto your mouth via oral sex, okay? So if someone has a cut or a wound, don't touch it. Now, heavy kissing is low risk. Please understand that. I spoke to the junior hires a couple weeks ago, and the only thing they got out of it was like, if you kiss, you die. No! If there's blood, maybe, okay? So you'd have to be swapping buckets of spit, and that just means you're terrible at kissing, all right? So low risk, but please don't make that other person drown while you're making out with them. Oral sex, high risk or low risk? Yeah, high. So for all of you who did that this weekend, good times for you, because that puts you at a greater risk for a sexually transmitted infection. For those of you a little unclear as to what oral sex is, that would be a blowjob. Yeah, I just said that in church. It's okay. I wasn't in the sanctuary. I won't get killed. Okay? Why is it high risk? Can you get pregnant from oral sex? Please tell me no, that you know how pregnancy works. That is a no. No, you cannot get pregnant. Do you know how someone gets pregnant? Have your parents discussed it? Okay, good. Sperm and the egg, bird and the bees, vagina. Good. Okay. So oral sex, you cannot get pregnant. There's no way from, the stomach to the, no, not going to happen. But you can still get any one of those infections in your mouth. One, there's fluid exchanged. Yes? I'm not defining what oral sex is. You can figure that out. Ask your friend. Explain it to me. I'll define anal sex for you, though. Don't worry. Right? So, yes, there's fluids exchanged. Are you coming in contact with someone's skin, specifically their genitals? Yes. Okay? So, absolutely, there is risk, and there is high risk. An interesting thing that we have started to see, particularly in men, is that HPV, human papilloma virus, is causing more throat and neck cancer than smoking, than tobacco. Which means if you're, engaging in oral sex, you should take up smoking instead. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that. Don't go home and be like, Mom, it's an alternative to what I was doing. Much better. Don't do that. Don't do either of them, okay? Just say no, right? But the point is that for a long time as teenagers, we've kind of thought, well, it's safe because I'll still hold on to my virginity and I won't get pregnant or I won't get her pregnant. But now you're at a huge risk for some of these infections, and some of them are pretty serious. I mean, cancer in your throat and neck is no laughing matter, right? And understand that, with HPV, human papilloma virus, there's 40 different strains that you can get just through sexual activity, all right? Now, anal sex. Oh. Okay, anal sex would be penetration of the anus with a penis or an object. High risk or low risk? You all know what your anus is, right? Okay, ask your neighbor. I'm not explaining
Plant,
that.
right?
What? Plant. Yep, it's a plant. It's your hand. Okay? Why is it high risk? See, that area of your body was made for things to go out, not go in. Specifically that muscle. So when someone engages in anal sex, what they do is they cause microscopic cuts along their anus that can lead to infection, right? Opens you up for greater bacteria or whatever getting in you. So I highly recommend if anyone's trying to get in the back door, you tell them it is never open. Okay? Good. Done. General skin-to-skin contact. What is that?